Thanks so much for inviting me. Sorry to have this informal look. I was informed only on a short notice, so could not really prepare very well with a proper presentation. However, I will try my best to give you an outline of a very interesting project that our organization is implementing in Ukraine together with Ukrainian partners. The project is called Rehabilitation of Young Veterans and Internally Displaced Persons. The project is implemented by four NGOs. Three of them are Ukrainian-based NGOs in Odessa, Kharkiv, and Ivano-Frankivsk. And it's supported by our NGO, Lithuanian-based NGO called SOS Ukraine. The project is funded by the European Union, by the Lithuanian Central Project Management Agency, Lithuanian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And the purpose of the project is to focus on something that we have overlooked also to a certain extent, which is socio-economic aspect of rehabilitation of veterans. And we are doing it through promotion of entrepreneurship, training, increasing capacity of young veterans to fundraise, to do the books, the accounting, conduct marketing strategies, implement marketing strategies to sell their products, to develop their business, to create a platform, so to speak, to young Ukrainian veterans to become more successful as entrepreneurs, to become more successful as real players in the jobs and business market. The project is going to be implemented for 7 more months. We hope we will probably get an extension also in discussion with our donors. But I think what we are very happy with what we have achieved so far already. First of all, we created a community. We have selected, after a very careful selection process, 60 young veterans and internally displaced persons from different parts of Ukraine. We had more than 600 applications actually, and counting. So we had a very, let's say, in-depth selection process. We have created a community. We're very happy that people come from different backgrounds. They have very different experiences, very interesting life stories, obviously. Many of them are veterans. Some of them are internally displaced persons. There are tragedies. There are stories of, let's say, human strength, the strength of the will, the willingness to come back after suffering such horrendous experiences in the war, especially in the first year of the war. Many of them are young. We're focusing on young veterans and internally displaced persons, and which means under 35. And we're very happy, first of all, that we have already created this community. Second, I think one of the impacts that we're looking for with this project is to help young guys and women who are veterans and IDPs to be better at communication. So we're focusing on things like language, presentation, oral skills, ability to draft a business plan, etc. What we have also encountered as an issue is that we see that currently in Ukraine, of course, and it was very rightly mentioned by previous speakers, there are a few 100,000 decommissioned veterans. So it's a huge army of potential job seekers. Many of them are unemployed. And of course, with unemployment come issues such as alcohol abuse, substance abuse, and which is exacerbated by a lack of jobs, lack of economic opportunity. So, of course, we're trying to understand the holistic approach to rehabilitation. Rehabilitation is, first of all, physical aspect, then it's a mental, psychological aspect. But I think we need this third element, socioeconomic aspect of rehabilitation, without which we will not have a full cycle. We will not have the full results that we're looking for. And despite some of the achievements that we already have, we have helped some of the people to fundraise. We have helped some of the people to find jobs, actually, and we're still looking forward to helping more. But one of the issues I think where we would be willing to focus more in the future is helping Ukrainian employers, especially big Ukrainian organizations, to have more willingness, more capacity, and more ability to accept veterans in the workforce. Unfortunately, what we see in some situations right now is that employers are very hesitant of taking veterans back into their workforce. And in some ways, it could be understandable in order to be able to work with a veteran who might have a physical disability, who might have PTSD or another type of psychological issue. An employer needs to have more capacity. It has to have more resources. It has to have more people, dedicated, trained people in the human resources department, trained psychologists, data management and analysis methods to follow the person's path towards rehabilitation mentally. So, in a way, it could be understandable that Ukrainian employers, for the time being, are not very, so to speak, keen to take veterans back. What we usually see is that veterans are being paid allowances. Well, those allowances are partly provided by the budget, by the state. Partly they are accessible also through company policies. Companies such as MHP, for instance, a big poultry producer, and our partner is paying people additionally, people who are from their workforce or who have been in the active line of duty and came back as veterans. So those allowances are a good thing, but I think in order to really talk about proper rehabilitation, we need to help Ukrainian employers to increase their human resource capacity, to employ psychologists, to employ psychiatrists, to have data management and analytics tools in order to really make employers also comfortable with working with veterans. So I think it's a two-way street. We need to help veterans to keep motivation, to keep looking for jobs. In many cases, create jobs if they have some entrepreneurial or business spirit and plans. But at the same time, I think still work needs to be done to really connect the dots and make sure that the Ukrainian job market is ready and Ukrainian employers are ready for working with people with disability and people with uh, psychological and other conditions. Fast forward, we're planning expansion. As I said, first of all, we're looking into extension at a certain point in time next year. Hopefully, in discussion with our donors, we're also will be sending to you some presentations in the aftermath of this conference, so that you can have a more in-depth look in who we are, what we want to achieve, how we do it, and what are our ambition. But I think looking forward, it would be good if we saw more partnerships between different donors, different projects, focusing on rehabilitation in order to create this holistic link, this holistic cycle approach to rehabilitation that I was talking about, which consists of physical, mental, and socioeconomic. And of course, there's still a lot of work to be done by all of us. And I thank you for the attention that you have given to me. Again, once more, I apologize for my, so to speak, holiday look, but we are willing to work with new partners in Ukraine. So I would be very happy in connecting you with our team in Ukraine, connecting you with our NGO partners in Ukraine, and in order to for us to see together how we can deal with this very, very complex issue of rehabilitation, which of course is something that the country is already facing and it will have to face increasingly, despite the outcome of the war, which of course we all hope will come to an end as soon as possible. So thanks to all of you for attention. I will be willing to take any questions, remarks, requests, and we'll be happy to share more detailed, more concrete information about the project after the event. Thank you.